Welcome everyone, it's the Groove Junction. We are back for another week and I am going to introduce my co-host like I've never introduced him before, all right? I'm going for a big build-up here, ladies and gentlemen. So please welcome my co-host, my friend, my main man, my buddy, DJ John Colley.
You know, I was so worried that you was going to say somebody else then.
Well, I thought about it and
What an intro.
I just feel that I've just not given you, a big enough intro into the podcast before. So, I thought
I'm loving
just
that.
get you up. Yeah, man.
I haven't really. I feel that I can't come back with the same enthusiasm because it'll feel like I'm just copying.
Listen, I don't need the same enthusiasm. I know you give me that privately, but let's not talk about that. That's for a different podcast, and the late night edition podcast. Anyway, moving swiftly along. Listen, we've got a guest coming up, so we're just going to rattle through this really, really quickly, because we've got, I'm guaranteed this is going to be a massive episode for us tonight, and I hope everyone enjoys it first and foremost. But before we get into that, very quickly, how was your weekend? What did you do last week?
Yeah, really good. Silent discos. That's all I did this weekend. Silent discos in Guildford Cathedral. 2 nights, 2 sessions each night. Friday, Saturday. Loved it. I was on red. Yeah, brilliant. All 4 of them. All 4 sessions were fantastic. Really, really enjoyed. Really loud as well. Really loud.
It's a big old cathedral.
Yeah, it is.
Big old cathedral, Guildford. So yeah, I like doing Guildford. However, I needed to be elsewhere that weekend. So
where was you again?
We didn't work together.
No, it was, as I said last week, it's the first time I didn't have you holding my hand.
Oh.
Yeah, man, I missed you. To be fair, I did actually miss you. And I have said that to you off air, to be fair. I did miss you.
I said, we're not going to, that's for a different podcast. That's the late night.
I know, but
late night edition of the podcast.
After hours.
Yeah, after hours podcast. Normally after midnight. But yeah, so you were in Guildford. I was in Canterbury for a double session as well on the Friday and the Saturday as well. So
what channel did you do?
I was Red doing 80s. I was 80s all night. I know you were because I booked you to do 80s all night. All right, so listen, I know these things. I know these things.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. So just before we get our guest on, I'm going to do a quick little update actually. So last week we talked about Loop's ear defenders, which you brought up, and you visually you showed our visual audience, and then obviously you then described it to our audio audience, which is always worthwhile doing when we're a podcast to do both. But I received. Do you remember Taylor? We had him on the show.
Taylor, yes, Taylor. Yeah, we had an interview with him.
Yeah. Taylor reached out and said he listened to last week's pod, and he also mentioned that part of the Musicians Union Hearing Health Scheme. Yes, big old chunk of words there for me to spit out.
Sub that down a bit.
So they are doing a scheme where you can get in-ears, molded in-ears, made especially for your ears. So musicians use them for when they're playing live gigs and other bits and pieces, and so do DJs and singers and all that sort of stuff. And they're doing a really good offer at the moment, whereas in-ears are normally around about, what is he saying? So in-ears are around about £149, and you can get them for around about 30.
Wow.
So in the description, I will leave the link for everybody. So if you want proper molded to your ears, specification to your ears, earpieces for DJing, you can go on the website there and register.
So is that like an in-ear protection, or is that an in-ear? Is it like an adapter you put on your in-ear headphones? What is that? What is it?
So they create a mold. So I had these when I was football referee. So when we had our communication earpieces, they put a load of spongy stuff into your ear, creates a mold. They then take that out, and then the company then inbuilt into it wires that you can then connect into a jack, which then goes into your mixer. And then you hear that. So it fits nice and tight. So it's protected in the sense of it's doing all the right things rather than it just being something that you just keep sticking in and prodding in. It's actually made perfectly for your ear and is custom around well, how
That's
your ear is
interesting.
formed. Yeah.
I'm liking that. I'm going to have a look into that.
Have a look in the description. It's in the description of the podcast,
Sorry.
people. So go and have a look at that to see whether or not it's something you may want to consider.
Well, for 30 quid.
Well, yeah, I need to. Literally,
thereabout. Yeah.
He's dropped it in on me just as we were coming on to record this, so I need to have a look into it myself. But as always, it's a
Groove Junction goodie.
There you go. It's a Groove Junction goodie. Thank you, Willow, for jumping in on that.
It's a Groove Junction goodie.
All right, now that's enough. So yeah, all good. Right, let's get our guest on. But before we get our guest on, you need to, if you haven't listened to episode 16 and episode 24 of our podcasts, you need to go back and listen to those podcasts before you jump into this episode, because this is the trilogy episode, which I've now framed it as. This is the trilogy. So we're going to get our guest on. So, John, say it.
What am I saying, Matt?
I'll see you.
I'll see you after the break.
Welcome back, John. Did you like that little break?
Love it. I always love a break. Love a break. Yeah.
Yeah, you
love
just like the break music.
True. Very true. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, we are back from the break. And as always, and we've said it before, this special guest he's become part of the furniture, to be honest. This is his third outing on our show. So, with that being said, please welcome to the show again, it's DJ 247.
Love that. Love it. Did you find your parking space with your name on it out in the car park? Did you see that?
I did, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It was all well lit in. I think I've got a CCTV ring light on me. Everything. This is amazing.
I tell you.
We look after our guests.
Oh, there it is.
Come on.
Love that. Thanks for coming back on, my man. Really appreciate it. Time is of the essence. Just to recap, we had you on our last episode, which was part 2 of the DJ 247, which is now called the Trilogy. We're on a trilogy now.
I love it.
I just want to say that the conversation that we had was amazing for episode 1. Episode 2, The Empire Strikes Back, was also incredible. And this is the Return of the Jedi. And
my God, that's sick.
And we have the Jedi that is my man 247.
I love that.
In the building.
I love that. That was sick.
And the fact that you are the Jedi, I can change my voice and I can become your
C3PO of the I can just change my voice.
But I won't, because it's just going to annoy everybody. But returning of the DJ Jedi, it is 247. Wow. Thanks for coming on, my man. I just want to pick up where we left off, really, from episode 2, and we were talking very much around that financial stage and making sure you're setting yourself at the right levels and going out for what you're worth. And it depends on regional variations, but to be honest, it doesn't really come down to that. Like, if you are literally putting your price tag on it, the people are either going to pay it or they're not going to pay it.
Yes.
So we talked in depth about that. We talked about, obviously, Lucy and, the support that Lucy, your partner, gave you with all the pop-up stuff, and then the family then starts to build, and you get a newborn in, and you're now concentrating on the wedding side of things and moving away from the pop-up side of things. So tell us, how has life been going for you in that wedding scene, since obviously the slight disappointment of the 2024 awards, the wedding industry awards that we talked about? How has things started to develop for you in early part of 2025?
To be fair, when I look at, like, come on, guys, we're big fans of Studio Ninja. When I look at Studio Ninja and it shows me annual, I like to look at that dashboard. When I first started, which is probably the same as you guys, when you first started on Studio Ninja, there's not a lot of data. There's not a lot to see.
True,
but when you've been using it for some time and you can see, it's showing you how much you took in January and how much you made in January, how much you took in February and how much you made, and how much, and how much, and how much, and how. I'm like, oh my God.
That drives you. That drives you.
It drives me massively because it shows you're doing something well and it's working. Your CRM doesn't have a clue what the events look like. It doesn't know nothing. It just knows what data it is getting from what's happening in your accounts and everything else. And it's just showing growth. So that's why if I will enter, I'm definitely, already have entered the winning awards this year. Like when we spoke about last time, it hadn't started yet. But I've entered again this year. And once again, if I don't win, it's funny enough, it's gonna make me even more like, I don't know how, but I will turn into Hulk and I will just be like, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I will do something where, to the point, there'll come a point where I'm at a place where people are like, how do you catch me? And I'm like, it's the wedding industry's fault that I'm up here. It's their fault. If they told me I won in 2024, I would just be
I'll
down
be still
here.
there.
I'll just be still there and I'll be happy with it. But because now I'm at this place that's over here, that's because my drive, someone telling me, nope, that's not good enough. Instead of me saying, no, I'm pushing back that, no, I am, and and arguing, I'm like, oh, I'm not. Okay, that means I need to turn around, look back and say, what can I improve? And I'm going to look at bits that I'm not looking at, listen to things I'm not looking at to then grow. But how things are looking is good, man. I've got like, and I'm not saying this to brag. I say this because you guys now have heard my story so much. I feel like you need to know when things are happening, when things are not happening. Like, I'm abroad 4 times this year. I've got international bookings. I was booked, guys, by a couple in California to DJ in France.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is.
And as I'm saying it, it's still like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a round of applause thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, where'd you go with that?
Where'd you-
like, incredible.
And that's where, even when John's saying, come on, John, say it, because I'm going to say if you don't. Where am I going?
Mate, we're going global. Let's not mess about.
But it is, that for me is amazing. I've got, and I don't want to short the other ones because they're UK ones. Portugal, I'm in Spain, I'm in France, and I'm in France twice. I'm actually in France twice, Portugal and Spain. But when I'm like, when they messaged me and I saw their number, you see their number in the Student Ninja, right?
California.
No. I was like, whoa, what number's that? I didn't even know where it was. I thought, do they work for some funny mobile? Like, what number is that? +0-106 in the brackets, and then grab the number, slapped it in Google. Yeah. And then I remember I messaged them and I said, you do know I'm from the UK, right? And they said, yeah. I said, okay, cool. I just wanted to, I don't want to, jump on a call and sit there, and at the end, they're like, oh, you've sent us something in pounds. I'm like, well, what do you want me to send it to, in dollars? They're like, yeah. I'm like, why? We're from America. I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't know. Do you know what I mean? So I opened it, but then they all said, no, yeah, we see what you do. We love you. They were saying the same things that the clients here say. And I said, wow, we love your energy. We love like what you're putting out. We've been watching your videos. Like, we're just going through your reels. We're just going through all the stuff that you're posting. And we want that energy. We want you to. I'm like, okay, cool. So yeah, that's where things are going.
Come and film any content for you.
Well, I was gonna say the application I put in for the new roadie position that I haven't got a reply yet. So I'm guessing you're just sifting through it.
That whilst he was talking.
There's the amount of inquiries I've got for that is like literally. I'm gonna go through them with a fine tooth comb because I'm definitely gonna need someone to carry me bags because global. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, I tell you, global. There's no doubt about it.
Taglines, come on now.
So yeah,
do you think that the Groove Junction had any part in that party booking? Because we do have listeners in California.
There's a very big chance. I think they heard the story about the pop-ups and was like, yeah, we need to get this guy in. We need to...
So that's great news, and you must be buzzing in relation to having that, and the reach that you've gained from that social media side of things. So any new people, anybody that's in the industry even now and that's been there a while, tell me what, you don't have to go into a huge amount of detail, but tell me what is roughly the engagement that you're looking to try and achieve on that social media platform. Are you looking to put out at least one Instagram post a day, 3, 10? What is it for you that keeps that drive going and that algorithm that is being pushed out to people in California?
I would say very similar to how SEO works. Now, I'm not a SEO nerd or geek, but I try to stay up on it and listen to things and try and school myself in it a little bit. But definitely that plays a part in it. So if you're a DJ and if you've got DJ inside your bio, so someone writes in DJ and your content gets engagement, that's impressions, plays, comments, shares. Apparently, one of the main things that they're looking for at the moment is comments and shares. This shows the algorithm, which, guys, the algorithm is not your enemy. People talk about the algorithm like it's the algorithm got me booked in California.
The algorithm is going to change the world.
It's gonna, oh my God. No, the algorithm works in favors. The algorithm knows you better than you know yourself, and it knows other people as well, and it knows how to connect. It's doing it for me. So I'm not going to say the algorithm is against, but when you're getting engagement on your posts, what then tends to happen is that when someone is searching for someone who's looking for what you offer, they put you to the top. So someone in Germany could write in wedding DJ on Instagram per se, and I don't know where I would come, but there's a chance I could be in that first 6 or 7 or 8 people. Yeah. I could be in there, and I'm not in their area. That it will show them, maybe 5 DJs in Germany if you're looking in Germany, and then one guy from the UK, and they might be like, why is this guy came up? Boom, they click on the page, and they see what they see. Whatever it is that they see that draws them in, and they say, you know what? Yeah, I wonder if he will come to Germany, and so forth. It goes. So answering your first question, Matt, there was one challenge I heard a while ago, and if anyone wants to do a lot on social media, this is something that I would say you don't have to, but this is something that I would suggest that you give a go. And it's a 30-day challenge. And what you're doing is that you're putting out a reel a day for 30 days.
Does it have to be a story, or does it have to be a reel?
It has to be a reel. It has to be. The reason why it's a reel, because on Instagram at the moment, things change, guys. Things change. Mm-hmm. But on Instagram at the moment, they are prioritizing reels. Why? Because of TikTok, and because if you look on Facebook, I don't go on Facebook much, but I went on Facebook the other day and I was like, what's going on? I was being fed reels. I wasn't seeing dogs and cats and someone's nan's birthday anymore. Like, and you lot know I'm very public, and I say I'm not a big fan of Facebook. I don't, especially for what it does for the DJ community. I'm not a big fan for bookings. No, I don't. No, I'm okay. No, if I get a message from Facebook, I won't even look at it because I don't open it enough. But when I went on Facebook,
you don't answer me.
That is 100% why.
He knows. The thing is, he knows that you messaged him.
Yeah.
And I left it. I was like, what does Matt want on Facebook? Get out of it. But if you message me on Instagram, hey, Matt, what you saying, bro? I'm there. But yeah, they prioritizing reels. So they're going to give you better repro on what you're posting. If you post a picture on Instagram now, they're not prioritizing that. Instagram prioritize stories over pictures. And anyone can see that by post a picture and post a story and have a look in 24 hours which one got seen more. And that's Instagram deciding, not you. That's Instagram deciding. Do you know what I mean? So then
that's another Groove Junction goodie that you've just.
Oh yeah, that's a nugget. I'll be giving nuggets all day long. Yeah,
right.
100.
Groove Junction goodie. I love that.
Get a reel out a day.
Reel out a day for 30 days.
For 30 days.
Okay.
For 30 days.
So for the people that don't quite understand social media, right?
John.
No. Yeah, maybe a little bit, maybe. But you got story, you got reel, and you got post.
Yeah.
Right. What's the difference?
So story is going to be mainly the people that follow you. They're not going to be, stories are not going to, the only people that can see that is the people that follow you. So it can't be, it will never go global. And we're trying to go global. Posts are quite similar. Posts are quite similar. Picture posts are quite similar. They'll show that to the people that that love you, because posts don't engage people like they did 7 or 8 years ago. You'll see a great picture, be like, oh wow, that looks amazing. That's not engaging anymore. It's that fast content that comes up on your phone. That's what engages people.
Right.
Another nugget with whatever
yeah.
whatever you post, whatever the best part is, I want to see that in 1 second, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
There's some of you guys, you're putting your logos on the start of your videos. No one gives a damn. There's some of you guys that are waiting. Oh, wait, just wait. In a minute. We're not going to wait. No one's going to wait. Nobody cares. I say that in 2 ways as well, because it's going to help you in a positive and a negative. One, no one cares. So post. Don't care about the spelling mistake. Don't care about the poor lighting. Don't care about... No one cares. Nobody cares. Post. Okay? And I'm saying that 3 times for the person that's like, yeah, but. I'm always trying to think of the person listening that's battling against what I'm saying. And I'm saying this because the person listening, I want you to win. I want you to succeed. We are all DJs. The more we help each other, the better it is for all of us. That's why I do and say the things that I say. But anyway.
That's why it's been on 3 times, people.
That's why I've been on 3 times, because I care about you guys. Even though I haven't seen you lot,
Sharing
is caring.
You know
Sharing
that.
is caring. And Real Day, put the best part of the video, wherever you believe that is, at the start. And posts you can do if you like. They're not bad because your people will still watch them. Stories, I think, are always good because when you get new followers, they can see something straight away on your story. Your story should be a little bit behind the scenes. It can be you. Another thing I don't see people doing, show you. When people book you, they're booking you. They're not booking your lights. They're not booking your speakers. They're not booking your booth. They're booking you and what you can provide. So make sure in your marketing on your social media, you're putting out you, and I know a lot of DJs don't, and same for photographers, and same for quite a lot. There's a lot. I get it. We can be introverted, and we get in our own heads. And my answer for anyone that gets in your own head, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
You know what? You saying that 247, Matty and I, a few days ago, we had a chat, didn't we, Matt, about videos and about social content and this and the other. And he said to me, he said, look, we don't need to see your lights or your speakers. We need to see you. Because I do a lot of stuff. I do like reviews and that for Ape Labs. And he's like, yeah, we don't want to see that. We want to see you. So what you're saying and what he's saying, maybe I should change.
No, when you're doing product reviews, because that's information.
That's different.
Yeah, that's different.
It is. But then,
yeah.
Again, I mean, there are times as well with some of my videos. He's like, right, this is such and such. We've got this out. It's not a review. It's more like a geek log, if you like. But there is nothing of me actually performing. And we were talking about this the other day, weren't we, Matty? And now you've just brought it up as well. So it's an interesting.
I think, we touched on it in episode 224 was the fact that Lucy was out filming, your partner Lucy was out filming you doing the pop-up stuff.
Yeah.
Now, when you're out doing your weddings and you're thinking about, right, I need to get some real content so I can put that on social media, etc., etc. We haven't got, we don't all have a person available to us to be able to do that. And it's about how do I
capture that?
And in some ways, all I would say is buy a tripod that you can put your phone on and it's slightly behind you or a slight angle and you can see the audience, and that's all you need. You don't need the jazziness of somebody coming up to your face with a phone who's there, who's your mate, who's recording it for you. You don't need that full end of that. As long as you are capturing something, and it's just grab a tripod with a phone bracket on it and then just turn it on for 10-15 seconds and then turn it off when you're done and just edit it in CapCut.
Yes.
That's all you need to do.
That's all we need to do.
Don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it. Why do I say don't overthink it? Because no one cares. I'm going to keep saying it because I need to get into people's heads because we overthink things and we think.
I do.
Yeah, I get it. And so do I. Well,
I want to tell a story. Like with all the reels that I do in relation to the silent disco stuff around the country, I want to create a bit of a story about what that's all about. And I suppose that's slightly different compared to my own business side of things with my own mobile DJ stuff. But I want to try and tell a story as much as I can about the environment that we're in, what we're doing, how we're doing it, and all that sort of stuff. Where realistically, if you're a mobile DJ and you're just doing a party or a wedding and you've got a crowd of people in front of you, you just need 10, 15 seconds of you going, "This is mental," pointing back at the camera, going, "Look at them." That's all you need. It
That will do
shows
it.
that you are spreading that love on the energy that you're giving off, and you're putting that love on the dance floor, and people are reacting to it. That's all you need.
100%.
Not even that.
And it doesn't. I've done videos, and this is another thing. Yeah, this is. I'm not saying this is fact, but the video that you've probably got, I believe everyone in their camera roll has a viral video or 10. 100. Every single person in their camera roll, you have a viral video. 100. Easy, a million. Easy. Some of you 20 million views in your camera. Now, the reason why you'll never see those 20 million views is because, one, you're in your own head and you're in your own way, and you're like, oh, I don't want to because it's got shows this or it's got that, and you're thinking about the stuff that no one's going to care about. Don't get me wrong. When you get your 20 million views, you got trolls, and the trolls might find it. They might be like, say it's in your house somewhere, or I don't know, there'll be someone in there. They'll be like, oh, look, why is your sofa look like that? Why is the couch on the floor? Why is there a stain on the wall? Or something like that. But after 20 million views, you're looking at over 20,000 comments. You won't see it. You just won't see it. You just
Turn
won't.
notification off at that point.
Yeah. So like, all of those little things, people think about these little things, and these things that we're thinking about that's stopping us from posting is that no one cares about that little thing. Only you care in your little head, and that's not the world. The world determines. It's the same way it's the market that it's the client that determines how much you pay, how much they pay you, or whatever you set your rate. And if they think you're worth it, they go for it. If they don't, you don't get booked. It's the same way that it's the viewers that choose what goes viral and what doesn't. It's the viewers that sit and watch it for over the 4-second threshold. And then you go over the 9-second threshold. The longer your content is, every couple of seconds is a different threshold that shows Instagram how this content performs. If people watch it all and they don't engage, that shows them something. If people watch it twice and they engage, that shows them something. If people watch it 3 times, comment, watch it another 2 times, share it, and watch it another 2 times, that's global, viral.
Mate, love that.
I love that, and what I'm encouraging everybody that listens to this podcast on is to do the 30-day challenge. Do the 30-day challenge and see how you get on, and see whether or not you gain any new followers. And at the end of it, you go, well, I gained 20 people. Even if you gain 1 follower a day, that's 1 follower that could potentially be booking you.
100%. 100%.
So
and
do the 30-day challenge.
Do the 30-day challenge. Sadly, I'm going to be fully honest now. Sadly, this is what I don't like, because it's honest truth. Most of you lot listening are not going to do that. Do you know why? Because you're in your own... No. That's the reason why you should do it.
Yeah.
But we all have that little voice in our head. And that little voice is going to stop 90% of people doing that 30-day challenge. I know at least there's going to be a 10% of people that are going to do it. Out of that 10% of people that are going to do it, 5% are going to see like, oh, wow. Out of that 5% that see, oh, wow, 2% is going to continue. Out of that 2%, 1% is going to win. Whoever that 1% is, I see in 2026, you owe me a pint. And that pint, that pint is going to be nothing to you. It's going to be nothing to you. And that 30-day challenge will just open a lot of your eyes for the 10% that's going to do it. It's going to open your eyes, and you'll start going to see, wow, you're going to start to realize that people don't care as much, which is going to make you post more. You don't have to, there's no such thing as perfect. Actually, perfect doesn't go viral. How's about that one? Perfect doesn't go viral. It's the unpolished stuff that people want to see. Short content, unpolished, that's what we want to see. Long content, high quality. That's kind of what I've learned. I'm just saying what I've learned. Everything I talk about is just what I've learned, what I've seen, what I've done myself, and I will only speak passionately about things that I think can work for others. So yeah, definitely, I encourage anyone to try the 30-day challenge. And the main things to think about if you're going to do the 30-day challenge is, 1, no one cares. 2, consistency is more important than anything.
Yeah.
And 3, whatever you think's the best part of your video, make sure it's as quick as it comes in as quick as possible. Don't wait, because no one has patience for someone you don't know. The same way you look at content, we're the same. We're all the same. What I'll give you what no. Oh, what's this?
Would you do
rubbish?
Have you ever done like a teaser of like that first 2 seconds and then you go back into it?
I've seen people, because it works. Because it works. Because it works. Like, for instance, if you and I believe when you're doing this, try not to, if you've got people in your video and the viral moment is that person, try and think about, if that video went out on you, how would you feel about that? I don't believe in, some people will wait for people's downfall. Like, for instance, if someone slipped and tripped at a wedding and you film that, and it was a bridesmaid, for instance, and she dropped and the drunk spit and whatever, and a shoe broke and whatever, that would do well. And then you put that on the first bit, and then you show she drops, and then the 2 seconds, and then the rest of the 30 seconds is the build up to it. That hook is what that thing's called. The first thing is the hook, the thing that keeps people there. That hook will keep people there. But I always think, try not to write off the person that's there. If you know that person can't be seen and, you know, they won't get a lot of kickback from it, go for it. Because there's some videos that can go and then someone will message you in, 10 million territory. You're like, oh my God, this video's doing amazing. I'm getting all these followers. And then someone messages you and they're like, but that's the views are coming from my embarrassment. Do you know what I mean? Which I think most of us won't, because we're DJs. And if you do that type of content, it's going to bring you followers that won't help your business, because they're looking for more of that stuff. So that's another thing to be mindful of as well, what you put in those content. If you want it to be to get you work, it has to do something that's got to do with your work. Yeah. If it's got nothing to do with your work, if you're going to film, you tripping, people are going to want jokes and memes from you. But if you do something DJ related, and it can help you, then the people that will look at that can sort of help. And but yeah, man, one really day for 30 days, even on a Sunday. One thing I will say to people at the moment, I've noticed myself, I don't know if it's everyone else, but the weakest day for me posting is a Sunday. On Instagram specifically. TikTok doesn't have, you can post anytime, anything on TikTok. TikTok, they don't discriminate, mate. Do you know what I mean? They'll put whatever out. They just, which is a wild, wild west, which is fun. But Instagram, you'll see that there's some things that work and some things that don't work. And the reason why you're doing this 30 days is because you've got to learn what works for you. You've got to find out what works for you. That's the whole, I should have really said that in the next episode, but I'll just tell people now, because yeah, it is because we talk too much, Matt. I talk too much, bro. I talk too much.
No, not at all.
You're giving a really good insight into your business and how you've operated it, but you've also added that how the growth from the social media is people have found you because of the content that you've gone out and
massively.
And you've gone, I hate to say it, global, with that, and you've picked up international bookings because of the content you're putting out.
Yeah,
and like you said, you just do one reel a day, and you keep that momentum going. And we've got tons as DJs. We've got tons of content on our phones.
Yeah,
I guarantee to you now, you will have the majority of the space memory on your phone will be made up of DJ content.
Yeah.
Just post it.
Just post it.
It doesn't have to be flashy. I try to get mine flashy, and I'm taking this advice of I'm not going to.
Nobody cares. Matt.
All right, I get it. I'm trying to do it as like Spielberg and sorting me editing out and everything. No one cares.
No one cares. And the more it's edited, the more it's polished, the more people don't care. I'm being fully honest. I've looked at stats. I've looked at people's pages myself. I've gone around. I've done the research. And I'm like, wow, people really don't know. People don't know. People know. So, and my most viralist video is on Instagram. Yeah, it's on Instagram. I think it's 1.7 mil. You would never think. When I posted that, I was like, I'm just trying to keep up with my daily posting, and this is where the 30 days is great, because there's going to be a video, and this is going to happen for someone. They're going to post a video and they're going to be like, out of the 15 videos I've posted the last 15 days, this is the worst one. and I guarantee that's going to be your best performer. And that's when you start to realize you don't decide what's viral or not. You don't decide. It's the people watching that decide.
So you saying about the Instagram and your biggest viral. I've got a video on TikTok.
Yeah.
And it is the first time I took my Equinox Mark II boob out, and I set it up, did a time-lapse video of it, and it has got, on TikTok only, 138.5 thousand views.
Yeah.
Now, for anybody looking at that video, it is me setting up a DJ stand.
Yeah, nothing special.
It's nothing special, but like you said, it's got to be, it's got to be short. It's about 10 to 9 seconds long, I think, and that's all it is. Right. 135,000 people have engaged in it.
I've watched that. And if there's one video that I love, and I wish I could pull it up now, but it's it's a carousel on Instagram, which is trying to get to people's minds, like views are more powerful than you think. And it shows you, like, when someone's like, I've only got 50 views on my video, and it shows you a room full of 50 people. And then there's another one that's like, I've only got 1,000 views, and it shows you a room of 1,000 people. And then you're like, I've only got 10,000 views, and it shows you a stadium. No, it doesn't. It shows you a massive seminar space, 10,000 people. And then it says, I've only hit 50,000 views. Then it shows you a stadium. And then you think to yourself, what? Look at how much people. So that video that you just mentioned, John, if you could see how much the people, that if you could see it, you'd be like, what? Wow. That is nuts. Yeah, that saw that video. And I'm sure when you posted, you never thought it was going to do that at all. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? It was literally one of the first videos I ever posted on TikTok. And
crazy.
The first one I actually posted on TikTok was a Costa coffee cup, because I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
It was just me having a Costa coffee. And then the next one was that video, and it just went, I was just like, I woke up in the morning and it was 100,000. And I'm like, what's just happened? It's just me setting up a DJ stand.
It's man. And you know what happens there? We're UK based, right? And it's the US. So when I notice that a lot. Sometimes I'll post a video and, towards the end of the day, I'll be like, I'm on 8,000 or 9,000. And for me, once again, these are still great stats, guys. I'm like, this is amazing. But then I'm like, the US ain't even seen it yet. So, and that's when you go to bed. And it's the same for them with us. So when we then see it later, when we get up and we're opening our phones, and then that's why when you wake up, you see what's happened. It's gone over the pond, where we are quieting down, and then TikTok's like, there's a whole city over there waking up. They're gonna love this. Show it to them while you then sleep, and then you wake up, and then you have 999. It just shows you just
gets to 9+.
999. You've got 999 followers. You've got 999 views. You've got 999 comments. We can't go over the 999, so you've got 999. So
it's amazing how powerful the social media platforms that we use actually are in getting us as DJs, as entertainers, our brands, and what we do out to the world.
Yes.
There's still people out there that don't use any social media.
Yeah, I know one or two of them myself, and I find it crazy. But once again, great. That's fantastic for them that that they can make a business tick over annually, especially if they find a scale that's still making more and more and more and more. Then I'm like, well, that's great in what you're doing. But for me, I didn't want to spend 2024, the whole of 2024. I never spent no money on marketing, zero. I never spent any money on Google Ads, Facebook, Instagram. I never spent any money on anything, because previous years I've spent money in advertisement. And I was like, no, I'm giving this money. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I was like, if I could put the time into doing my Instagram, I'm hoping that the Instagram can do what it needs to do, is what I want it to do, is push out my brand, push out my stuff. And after doing that 30-day thing, and then doing it more and more, I start to see, yep, it's definitely doing that. And now all my marketing is just what I put out. I put out a video, a lot of people see it, and I put out another video, a lot of people see it, and I just continue, and the DMs come, and the inquiries come, and the business fills up, and it's just seems to be working. It's a simple formula, and it's working.
I'm going to ask a question, if I can. Sorry, John. I'm going to ask a question in relation to that marketing side of thing that you just touched into there. So there are a number of companies out there that would market you. I'm thinking one in particular, Hitched,
Yes.
which is a one-stop shop, I would describe it,
Yes.
for vendors, and I will name ourselves as vendors in the wedding space,
Yeah.
in particular. Now, did you do that previously? Have you done that previously?
Yes.
Have you ever looked at those type of sites where you can host yourself on it?
Yes.
Because I think for some DJs out there that want to try and get established and are pushing hard for the buck, and Facebook is not £180. That's all I can spend on a DJ. We talked about that in the last episode.
God.
But is there, when you're spending potentially £160, £180 a month
Yeah.
on on the premium package of Hitched? Because I've looked at it.
Yeah.
I've not done it, but I've looked at it and gone, oh, shall I not? It's one of those, is there a return? And the question I'm asking, have you done that?
Yes.
Because obviously from a previous marketing, and now you've gone, do you know what? I just need to concentrate on Instagram and doing a reel a day.
So I will to answer the question. Yes, I've used Hitched. At the time, I was going to use Hitched. There's Bride Book, there's Our Wedding, there's Bride UK, there's those are the ones I know that jumped to my head. There's probably loads more. There's Bark. I don't want to say much about Bark because there's Bark.
You've talked about Bark on the download, the 247 download.
Yeah, and if we're saying that, like, yeah, I don't like putting negative things out about companies or whatever because
No.
everyone's got to feed their kids, but I don't think Bark is the place, man. Bark have a system which I fully disagree with, where they will put you out, but for you to talk to leads, you have to pay for credits to have messages back and forth. So it's a free platform, which sounds great, but then to talk to your client, you've got to pay. And I'm like, I don't agree with that. I get you've tried to make a business model that's different to other people, and maybe that might work for different industries, and maybe it works for some others. But Bark is not. I don't think
there's no guarantee you're going to get that job anyway.
There's no. That's another thing, John. There's no guarantee, and at the same time, you have to remember, guys. Yeah, with all of these companies, their business is making money. And we are their people that they make money from.
We're funding them.
Right? And once again, no disrespect to Bark or anything like that, but I think with that model there's a possibility that Bark could be the one DMing you. Now imagine that's the case. I hope they're not doing that, but imagine they are the ones that are like, you have to pay for that lead. Someone wants to reach out, but it's me, the guy who you're paying. I'm the one who's DM'd you and said, oh, I'm interested in your service. And I don't know if that's happening. I really hope it isn't. And that goes for all the companies mentioned previously. There's a chance they could be doing things of that nature. But anyway, sorry, Matt, to go back to your point, I have used Hitch, and yes, I did get a return on investment. The amount of money I spent, I got back, and more, or like 100%. But then there was just some times when I felt like I was I was that person funding a business, which I definitely was, and it definitely helped me. And I would, if someone is struggling for bookings, if someone is not getting as booked as much as they think they should, definitely any of those companies mentioned, maybe not Bark, but any of those other companies mentioned, I'll probably say use. I've used Hitch. I haven't used it. I've used the other ones, as in I've put a profile on there, but I haven't paid for anything. Yeah. And 100%, if you don't pay, you don't get. Like, so for instance, Hitch, when my Hitch paid thing stopped, oh my days, did the inquiries stop? Like fully, like zero. Like,
really?
But I say that to say, I will still get, like, last 2024, I think I got about 3 inquiries on Hitch, and I thought, well, for someone that doesn't pay, that ain't too bad. And do you know what I mean? But then, and I think another thing that it can work in your favor is when someone Googles you. So when someone Googles me, they get Google my business, my Instagram, my Hitch profile, my Bride UK profile. They get all my profiles that I'm signed up to on these sites. So I would definitely suggest, if you're not signed up, definitely have yourself on the free platform, because people can still find you. they can still find you, or they can use it as a reference point. When they do search you, you're looking more verified when there's a hitched account, when there's this and there's this and there's that. Like even now, when I send out my reviews, I always, Google reviews are so important, guys. If you haven't got a Google Me business, definitely look into it, because those reviews work for you. When you have reviews on Hitched, that's not going to make Hitch's algorithm show you to any more people. It's just going to make the clients that come to your profile verify you more. Oh, wow, he's got so many reviews. On the other hand, Google works on an SEO basis. So the more reviews you get, the more they pump you out to new people looking for the service that you offer. So when I ask for clients for reviews, I still ask for my Hitch review, even though I'm not paying for it, because it just looks better when people are searching. So to summarize, my experience with Hitch wasn't actually that bad. So I would recommend it to anyone growing or anyone trying to, because you'll definitely 100% you'll make your money back and some. So it should be 10%. So let's say you spent $1,000 that year. Hopefully you should make 10 grand back is what anything less than I would move away from that in any model. Anyone, if I put money down, a 10% return is the bare minimum, is from what I think anyway. And you'll definitely get your money back and some. What was the thing I was going to say? You're definitely going to get your money back. And even if you don't, definitely have a free platform on it, because it's only going to help you. There's nothing negative in having a place where people come to look for DJs for you to be there. So register on all of them for their free one, just to be able to catch a couple fishes in the net.
It's just another Groove Junction goodie.
Goodies.
Love that. Groove Junction goodie. Love that.
A Groove Junction goodie coming straight back at you.
Mhm.
Some great advice there on the social media and the website platform side of things. I'm going to stay within the social media side of things for DJs in particular. You had a very successful show on TikTok.
Yes.
The 247 download show.
Mhm.
I'm going to put you on the spot here. Where the hell has that 247 download show gone?
It is on hiatus, and it's going to be returning later on this year.
There you go.
Okay. It's going to be returning on. It's going to be returning later on this year. And in addition to that, because of the 247 download show, that's what sparked the idea for the podcast. And we've obviously got another podcast landing this year, where the nuggets that you've got from this episode and nuggets that you got from other episode, you're going to get just consistent nuggets. One of my main drives within the DJ community is what I loved, what we started the pricing conversation on this podcast as well, is that I will always remember when I first came in the game and how I felt. There was a lot of gatekeepers, people that didn't want to share information. I was asking people, and people just wasn't replying. They were reading messages and just airing me. I messaged again saying, look, you're far away. I'm not trying to, step on your toes. I just want to help am I making the right decision in this business move I'm about to make? And people didn't want to help me. I'm here to change that fully. And I love the DJ community, and TikTok showed me that when we came and all of us was on the lives and we're all discussing and sharing information there. We've got guests coming in and we're just, and then I was like, there is people that are for it. And once again, I believe that we run the industry. We fully do. It's not governed by anyone else. And if we want to make changes, we need to do the things that we need to do to make those changes, for us to charge more, for us to do more. The more the information we share, the better it is for everyone, which means the better it is for the whole industry, because this industry is ours. It's ours. And whatever the state of it is, whether it's positive or negative, it's because of us. So I would like, for the next couple of years, to really home in on trying to do as much as I can to change that, especially for the new DJs coming in, the new young DJs coming in who might have the same mindset that I did when they went over to a wedding, and then it's like, I could never be this person. I couldn't do that. Or the person that's like, you know what, I don't like my day job. I would love to be a wedding DJ, but it doesn't pay enough. I can't earn enough. I can't earn a living. I'm here to smash all of those because I feel like I have, and I've got so much knowledge that I can share that can help others get to that stage, which in the whole will help everybody. Like that is one of my main goals. So the podcast is launching soon, and the 247 download show is coming back to TikTok.
Wicked. Love that.
This is great news for everybody that the TikTok 247 download show is coming back, which is great. And also the fact that you've got your own podcast that's going to be dropping as well. I would echo absolutely everything you've just said. I think from our point of view of when me and John started this it was more about the education side of things, of bringing everyone together, getting as many guests on as we can. And we get it from the comments that we get from people going, listening to other people on how they do what they do in their business, etc., helps it. And, I've made it perfectly clear that I wanted different guests on this show, from producers to DJs to mobile DJs to you name it. I want a cross section of our business community that we operate within our industry, and I was really keen for that to happen, and it just not being very it's just more mobile DJs. I want as many people within our industry to come on our podcast and talk about it and share those Groove Junction goodies. I've got more and more passionate about that side of things than I thought I ever would be, if I'm totally honest with you. And to be fair, I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. Damn it, I should have pressed the mute button. I'm not going to blow smoke up your backside or anything, but you set the precedence for that for me personally, in the sense of there are too many people in their little bubbles that don't want to talk to each other and don't want to say what they do and want to keep it all very to themselves, very much to themselves. Share.
Sure.
Like, what is the point in us doing what we do if we don't share?
I think, Matt, the people that don't share, and they're scared. They're scared. If you gatekeep, the only reason you gatekeep is because you're scared of what someone else might do with the information that you're providing. I have no fear. Whatsoever. If, as we said on the last pod, there's been calls that I've had when some of the mobile street DJs we spoke about earlier, or on the last on the last episode, when we were speaking about some of those DJs, there were some people that was like, "You was the first to do that. No. You should be saying this, and that should have been yours." And I said, no. Just like when G Smalls messaged, I told him my setup. I took videos, pictures. I told him everything because I don't have any fear. I don't have any. There's nothing that no one else can do. No one can be better than me. Why? Some people might be like, that's cocky, because I'm me. You're you. No, there's no other me. There's no other you. There's no information I can give someone that can. I don't feel that anyway. And another thing as well, I feel my mind is very creative. I would prefer for someone to take something off me so I can think of something else. It keeps the game exciting. Like that, I don't know. I'm wired a bit differently. When I look at my past and all the things I've done, I'm just like, I'm a go-getter. I'm a chaser. So there's no fear. There's nothing that can. So when we was talking about when G Souls were asking, wanted it, I gave it to him. When people were saying about like AG's, I'm like, AG's, I love what he's doing. I love watching his success. I love that Time Out magazine.
I know.
Love that. I love that. I love the little successes I get. I love my little viral moments. I love the fact that I'm being booked abroad. And this is just 2020, the start of 2025. I guarantee you, 2026 is going to be crazy. 2027 is going to be nuts. 2028 is going to be bonkers. So therefore, share. Why not? Like people that don't share, I believe they're scared. I know there's been people I've messaged, I'm asked, and they're like, "Don't tell him because he's gonna maybe 10x what I'm doing." And if you're scared or you're whatever, it's greedy, similar to like what you're saying, they want to keep all the nuggets to themselves and no one's gonna hear this. You stay there, man. I believe in the community and I believe in people. So,
Agree.
and I remember how I felt. I remember if anyone gave me the time of day that I give people, that person, I owe everything to them. There's some people that I look at, a lot of them are overseas in America. What's his name? DJ Barr. DJ Barr is one of my biggest. He doesn't even know me. But his videos helped me so much when I had no one to help. Nick Spinelli, he doesn't know me.
Nick.
His videos helped me so much. Jason Jedi, Rick Webb, Cleveland Terry, these guys were doing stuff where I'm like, why doesn't it happen over here? Why? But we've got no one over here. Why? I'm learning from people that don't even have the same currency as me. So that's the reason why I started the 247 download show. That was the whole reason of it, because I was like, well, there's no one doing it, so let's do it. Do you know what I mean? Let's. We can talk about our stuff too, and it's going to help someone. If it helps one person, 2 people, 5, fantastic. That's a success in my opinion. If we can help more, even better, because all that's going to happen is it's going to help us all. It's going to help me too. It's going to help me the same way as it's going to help other people. So yeah, that's just my mindset. It might be a bit different to everyone else, but I don't have any fear. I don't have any. There's no such thing as I don't believe in competition. My mind just doesn't. No one can compete with me. I can only compete with myself. My only competition's me. No one else. No one can do what I do, how I do it. Nobody. But I can. So I'm like, oh, I need to beat yesterday's me. I need to beat last year's me, and that's it. That's it. That is it.
Great advice. Great advice to finish this pod. Man, it's been an absolute pleasure again having you on the pod. Yeah, round of applause. There we go. Just throw that in there. Like, honestly, man, like listening to you, I could listen to you all day long, because you speak so much sense, but it's raw and it's to the point, and it's just like, let's not mess about with it.
No fluff.
And
go for it.
Yeah,
love that fluff.
Exactly.
No
love
fluff.
That word, fluff. No fluff. Love
no
that.
fluff. Get rid of the softly stuff, because sometimes people are gonna hear more. Like, it's been times on the 247 dollar. I used to shout at people because I want people to hear what I'm saying, because all it's gonna do is better what you're doing. The same way I'll keep saying to people, when you're thinking about what you're posting, when no one cares, and when I say no one cares, I don't mean it as if no one's gonna care about your content. No one's caring about the little things that's stopping you from posting that content.
Yeah.
The little things that's making you think, oh, but your DJ down the road, your mate, your friend, capital F those people, post that bit of content, and it can, if it goes well, it's only going to help you. And anyone who's gone viral, Mr. Beast, whoever you look at, your biggest person on social media, none of them knew this was going to happen. None of them could have imagined what happened afterwards was what but to do it, that's what's going to prove what can happen. And the only thing that stops people from doing it is the little voice in your head. You have 2 voices. It's the voice that's the get up and go, and your get up and go is the first voice. When you delay 5 to 10 seconds, you give that other voice a chance. That doubt, who lives in every single one of us, if you give him enough time, he will take over. And that's why, move now. Don't wait. No one cares. Get that in your mind, and it stops that doubt voice from creeping in. He doesn't have any power, but he only has power when you give him that, oh, but you should post that, but look at that. And you go, yeah, I know, man. Oh, you should do it again. Let's do it again. Oh, we're doing it again. It's not working. Yeah, I know it's not working. Do you know what? Let's just forget it, man. Yeah, let's just leave it. That happens to so many people. And if they didn't listen to that voice, they would be doing craziness. KSI, whoever you look at, whoever you think's global, viral, they never knew. I was watching a podcast the other day on Speedy. Is it Speedy? Some YouTuber, which some people probably would know. He's young. He's a young guy. This guy's so confident. When I was hearing him talk, Speed. He is so confident in that. I'm faster than the one. I can fight anyone. And at first I'm watching this thinking, who's this guy I think he is? But the more and more I started watching, I'm like, this is the reason why he's made it. This is the reason why he's where he is. Because of how he thinks of himself. It's like, you think he worries about his content. You think he worries if something. No, he doesn't care. Doesn't care. And now he's on millions and millions and millions. So that voice, man, we got to stop that voice that is within all of us. We got to stop that voice. Don't give that voice of doubt an opportunity to creep in, and just get that post out, get that stuff out, and continue to do it. Don't worry about the comments. And then they're not going to come. Those comments you think your friends are going to, if any of your friends laugh at you, that shows you what kind of a friend that person is. like that. You know, it's not. Yeah, sorry, I'm rattling, but guys, man,
you're not rattling. But what I am going to wrap up and say is that you can hear all of this once his 247 download show restarts again on TikTok.
On TikTok.
Also when he launches his podcast.
The
as well.
podcast, yeah.
So keep tuned for that. All the descriptions will no doubt, and we'll talk about it as it happens and it drops later this year. But 24, thank you so much for
Thanks,
joining
buddy.
us again. No doubt you will be back for the 4th time because you just can't keep away. That's what it comes down to.
No, I love it, and I love what you guys are doing, man. Because you're doing something for the community. So I love listening. I love listening to all the different stories, just like you're saying, with the different journeys from the different other DJs, people from in different worlds. I love the camaraderie between you two. It's hilarious. Like, John, you don't even understand. Like, you've made your wife so famous, you don't even know it, bro. Like, if I ever see your wife, I feel like, even though I know, like, what you say is banter and whatnot, but I like hearing about your wife, like little legs, like everything that happens on there, guys. I love it. So
you going back to the last episode, I actually bit my tongue when you were talking about Lucy and how you said to Lucy, with these pop-ups up there, over £2,000 this month or whatever. My wife still thinks I go out for £50 a party. I don't tell her. Tell her, mate. She still thinks a MacBook's £150. I can't tell her.
Yeah, mum's the word on that one, John. Mum's the word. Mum's the word, man.
No, Mandela, thanks so much, man. We will see you again, no doubt.
For sure.
Thanks, man, for joining us. Take care, all right.
Thanks, mate.
Nice one, guys.
Well, I'm speechless.
Yeah, you know what?
Like, honest to God, right? I can't thank 247 enough, right? One, because he's taken a lot of time out to help our pod out, and it's really great to hear that he's got his own podcast coming out. And check the description for his podcast because it's all on there. But I'm super excited that he's got a podcast because the man is full of knowledge. And as you've heard tonight, talking all about that social media and how to build your social media profile and the 30-day challenge. I would encourage everyone to do the 30-day challenge. John, what do you think?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I've got so many video clips and pictures and everything in my camera reel roll.
Yeah, and like he said, you don't need to make it all super clean, super polished. I'm like I said, earlier, I'm one of those people that likes to make fairly polished up things and make it look a bit presentable. But
I'm not that technical minded. That's why
like
mine is as rough as it comes.
Yeah, like he said, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
So yeah, really interesting, and the fact that he's been on now 3 times for us it's amazing. The man is full of
knowledge, and he can talk, can't he? He can talk.
I love it though.
Yeah, brilliant.
It means we don't have to talk that much.
Well, that's true. No, a mind of knowledge. He knows so much.
Yeah,
totally. I'm looking forward to his podcast. I really am. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, so next month that's going to drop. So, yeah, man, I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing.
Yeah,
like honestly, having somebody that's like so full on, like him, and the knowledge that he wants to give everyone, and he wants to share that amongst the community.
And that's the thing. I've always said sharing is caring, but he is just like he wants everyone to do better. He wants everybody to get better themselves.
Yeah,
and you can hear that. You can see and hear it the way he is. Yeah,
passion is there.
That's the word. Yeah, passion. Love it.
He loves. Yeah, he's all about the passion, and I can't knock him for that. And I guarantee it is not going to be the last time we hear of him. I know he's got his own podcast and everything coming and everything else, but he'll be back. He'll be back.
I reckon we'll get him back.
We'll get him back. Definitely.
Fantastic.
What you got on next week, mate?
I'm going up to Leeds.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I've got quite busy. Friday, school disco, Saturday, Leeds, and Sunday, kids' birthday party.
Man, you are banged out this week.
Yeah, banged out this weekend. Very busy weekend. Leeds is on Saturday. That's a long day.
Yeah, long
There
day.
we go.
I'm driving. You're sitting there and sleeping in the car.
Mate, I have to keep you awake. No, to be fair, I haven't fallen asleep once in all when we've driven all over the country, and we've driven pretty much most of the country together. I've never fallen asleep.
And to be fair, we've got a bit of company. We've got Brad as well coming for the road trip. So no doubt he will be asleep.
He'll definitely be asleep.
He'll definitely be asleep on the way back. Because that boy, you don't even get out of this. Wherever I've gone with him, whatever city we've been in, we've not even left that city, and his eyes are closed before we've even got on the motorway to get home.
Lovely bit of company then.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Did I tell you the time when we came back from Newcastle? Did I tell you this time?
No, I don't think so. No, go on.
We came back, so me and him drove up to Newcastle in one day, did the gig, and we drove back the same night. And I'm driving, and literally, we've not even got out of Newcastle, right? And we're driving back down the M1, I think it was, and literally, because it was safe to do so, I contacted Capital Radio and did a shout out. I texted them, did a shout out when it was safe to do so.
Of course,
for sure. And then they read it out on the radio, and I recorded that because it was safe to do so, and played it back to Brad, and he didn't believe that I did it. And I was like, shout out to Brad and Matt, who are just on their way back from Newcastle, blah blah blah, and he was asleep for the entire thing. It wasn't until the morning, because he stayed at mine actually that night, because it was such a late one. He stayed at mine. It wasn't until the morning I actually showed him, and he was like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, he does like a little clip, that boy. Anyway, but yeah, so leads on Saturday, which will be great, which will be good fun.
Yeah,
last thing before we close, I want to thank everyone again for jumping on the pod, keeping the success of where it's going. In fact, didn't tell you, we ticked off another country this week.
Go on, whereabouts?
Russia this time.
Russia.
Yeah, actually, their percentages for the last 5 podcasts, they're really high. Anyway, so Russia involved. We'll just quickly move on from that one. So thanks everyone for jumping on the podcast and supporting as always. You know where we are. We drop every Friday, 10 a.m. UK time. So please go and download the podcast, listen to it, get it from all your providers. Also, we're on YouTube. Search the Groove Junction, and we're also on Spotify as well for the video podcast element to that.
Talking of social media,
yes,
very quickly,
which we have all night.
Yes, we have. Would you like to tell our listeners and our viewers about our new Instagram page?
Good point. I was completely forgot because I've been so embroiled in the conversation with 247 this evening. Yes, we have started our own Groove Junction Pod. So on Instagram at Groove Junction Pod is where you'll find all the information and all the links for the podcast, and all the shorts and some little teasers will all be there. So please go and follow our Instagram page for more details of as and when the pod drops, with some little behind the scenes actions as well, I reckon.
Follow, share, and do all the good stuff for us.
Like, follow, share, and do all the good stuff for us.
Yes.
The last thing I promise you I'm going to mention is we are getting very, very close to the Pro Mobile Awards 2025. I know we've mentioned it a few times on the pod. I'm going to put it out there again. The link is on the screen in front of you, and it's also in the description. Yes, it's along there. Please, all DJs go and vote for a number of products, a number of retailers, and also the DJ's DJ of the Year 2025. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So yeah, please go and do that.
You just want a trophy like me, didn't you?
Have you got it there?
It's up there.
He's left it on the mantelpiece.
Man.
Leave it up there. Anyway, man, have a great week.
Yeah, and you, buddy. Nice to see you again.
Catch you soon, man. Take it easy.
Be safe, be lucky.
See you, everyone. Bye now.
Done up.